Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share a scrapbook album of pages, and these are some family portraits done by a photographer, a professional photo shoot, and then there's some summer cottage and then a few fall pages at the end. So before I begin, please subscribe below if you haven't already, and you'll get lots of ideas because I'll keep on sharing. So this is a portrait of my granddaughter, the eldest one, and I absolutely love this frame, but it is huge, so you can only do one photo on the page. So I just did some leaves in different colors that went with this paper. This was a fall photo shoot done outdoors and at a barn, so it's very rustic. So I just made a corner with some leaves, and these were little things from a punch, and these two were, this was silk flowers and a punch, and I just layered a bunch on the corner. So that's the beginning of it. Now this is the little one. She is was not too happy about this photo shoot. She was a Velcro child, and so Mom couldn't let go of her. She wouldn't let her picture be taken, so she's not into too many. So look at that velvet jacket, it's so cute. Anyway, I called this one Butterfly Kisses, and I used frames from Elegant Edges. There was a lot of yellow in the background, so I yellow and green. So I had this beautiful pad of paper that had black in it, and so I just couldn't wait to use it on these photos. It has a shimmer to it too, a sparkle. So this yellow background is a book image from Elegant Edges in Design Space in Cricut Access. So this one has a flourish in the corner, and I thought it was nice to go with this, that it went with those. So because I called it Butterfly Kisses, I just put a few butterflies here and there, and I used a matching frame. It has the same design, and this is the matching border, all from Elegant Edges. I love that cartridge. So with this one image, I've done 2 frames and a border and a background for a page. The next one is in the barn, or outside of the barn. So this is the whole family went. I loved everyone's wearing blue jeans and black and white tops. So because of the denim and the wood from the barn, I had this paper. It's K & Company. I think it's a sunflower pad. But anyway, so I had this background paper, and this had blue in it. So that tied everything together. So I did a sunflower image, and instead of putting green leaves, I put blue. And I framed the photo in blue as well, in a coordinating paper that was just the same as the leaves. I like to use a printed paper for one layer of my images often. So I did that here, and I used it for the frame. So I put a family title on it, and it's simple. This is it doesn't look like Kiwi Lane. It looks like a Creative Memories wavy cutter along there. And then now this is just a chain border punch. And I also did a border punch, a Martha Stewart border punch on there too. So they were very rustic pictures. So these are the kids in a park playing on a swing. They're on a tree swing. So I had this image I think this was an image that I got from Creative Memories. A tree, and I just added this to it to make a swing, the rope to the wooden seat where they're sitting. And then so I just, because it's a swing on a rope, I thought it was cute. Okay, great big flower right across the middle of the page with 2 leaves going out onto each side. And then I just tucked my photos around it and put a title, Take Flight, on it because they were just flying high with the swing. There's lots of blue in this because of the jeans and the green grass, so this pad was perfect for it. Again, I used a pattern paper for a layer, and I did emboss all of those. So I love using Disney images for kids' pages. So on this page, I just went right to the, I think this goes, does this go this way? Yes, it does. Okay, so I used the bunny rabbit from Disney. I think that's Thumper. Really cute. I love it. So I did Kiwi Lane on this, a floral, a two-tone, and then a leaf pattern because they're outside in the fall. And then I just did a border all along the top. Is a Martha Stewart. Looks like a fence. I tucked the photos among the layers, and the one photo I did a frame for. This also was from Elegant Edges. And I did have some embellishments from this paper. There was a page of embellishments, or a packet that came with it, so I used a few of those, like the title and the flowers here. So these bunnies were all cute, and I had him pointing up at that picture. Sweet. So I also did another Disney theme for these, and I did the Peter Pan. So because she was laying on this log, sort of, she was in the same position as Peter Pan. That's why I decided to do it. So I did, again, Kiwi Lane at the bottom. I did one layer at the top as well. Did this great big, wonderful big tree because they were laying on a branch. And then I put other Peter Pan images and Tinkerbell and the teepees, all from the Disney cartridge. Not that fond of that page myself. Anyway, this one is the family, my son, his wife, and my 2 granddaughters. So because he had an Argyle print on his vest, and they were all in blue, I went with some paper that gave me a similar print, and then I did a magnificent frame for this picture. It's huge, so it takes up the whole page. I put a coordinate block of paper over here, and then I did a striped border of the matching, so it would be on both sides. Excuse me. And this paper I used for a border, a block of paper here, and then for this frame as well. So I used a border punch along here, and I repeated that same thing on this border over here. So I just matted this photo quite large with a striped paper behind it, and then I did just a block behind that. Instead of putting that square angled on top, like I sometimes do, I put it behind. And then I just added a big flower and an embellishment over there and the love. And these are some brads I stuck on here. I love these photos. All right, somebody's turning 2. She is. So this is her birthday. And that's her aunt and her sister. So I just did store-bought border down here and trimmed it with more store-purchased borders. I did a piece of paper here that has, I picked the papers and the colors all from her dress, and she's in blue and green as well. So that's where I got my color scheme from. And then she's eating a cupcake with sprinkles all over it, so I just did a giant cupcake. Put this in a pretty frame, and I use this one because these loopy ones, it reminds me of icing when you're decorating things. So that's why I use that frame. And I just put the number 2 because she's turning 2. And so it's quite a simple page, not too fancy. This page has only a little bit of Cricut on it. It's mostly, it's all Kiwi Lane, almost all of it. So I did Kiwi Lane borders here, and then the small scallop down the middle. And then I did Kiwi Lane up top in the same prints, and then a cascade border from them as well. Now these are also Kiwi Lane images. The leaves, the 2 different layers of flowers, and the 2 different layers of butterflies. So I did cut them to shadow them. I cut them larger as well. And then these are also Kiwi Lane because they're at the cottage at the beach. I did some shells, and this is called Nature Lovers. So I'll show this because I embossed it and inked it. So it really makes a difference on the leaves and the flowers. So I think this was in the fall. Yeah, things are turning color, but it was nice weather. So here we are, another fall page, back to school. So I did a backpack title and a backpack theme. So there was a picture of Ernie. No, that's Bert. I'm forgetting now because it's so long ago since I've had little ones around. So she's wearing a backpack, so I copied her backpack. It has butterflies on it, so I put a butterfly on there and her name on the backpack. I did Kiwi Lane images in the background, the wavy borders on there and across the middle on here. And I framed all these photos with frames from Elegant Edges, the polka dot ones. Cute. I like having all the licensed images. They make very pretty pages. And here's another school page. So this is from a pad of school papers. So I used this one, and then I went with these colors because she is wearing pink and blue. So I framed this with the loopy frame on both sides. And there is a cartridge that is all about school for teachers, and it has fonts, all the letters made from school images. So I thought that was cute. I wanted to try it out, and I spelled her name with that font. And then on this side, I just used all these letters, ABC, put a back to school title, and an apple for school. And this is the other one, starting school. This must have been JK. So I love this So this paper has all these different prints. So I pulled out that coordinate with it, and I pulled out this coordinates with it. It's this black and white one. This is a gingham, and there's a red gingham. And then I picked this, and it was like this. So I used this all over here on this side to coordinate with that. And I just love the way this looks. So this picture day is a title in Design Space, and it was picture day. So I just called this Cuddle Bug because I love cuddling her. And there's a giant ladybug because of the bug reference. And a picture for camera for picture day. So I just shadowed her photo with the black and white paper there, and just some solids. I did emboss this and then inked it because it was just too bright. So if you ink it, it tones it down. Anyway, that was fun. These pages, there are Design Space links for all of them at my website, meandmycricut.com. So there is a link posted below. But you can get the Design Space for any of these if you want to copy them, if you like them. It's in Everyday Life Scrapbook number 20 is this album. Okay, so someone went to the dentist. So, and Mom took pictures, so she... so there happened to be, there's a doctor cartridge, a medical cartridge. I think it's called Doctor Checkup in Design Space. And so there's an image of a doctor, so I made him into a dentist. And I embossed his shirt and his pants so that it looks, I don't know if, and I did the bubbles here for toothpaste. This is a toothpaste. I bubbled up those images. And I just put I went with the colors of his room and her top. So this pad had the right colored papers. So I just did a border across here and down there with the bubble punch because of the bubbles here and there. That's why I used that border. And I did trim one side of the photo with that. I love that. That's so cute. And Brush Your Teeth title with the dentist on teeth. Mom was smart to think of that. Okay. Uh-oh, something's sticking. There we go. All right. So this was just a walk in the woods. But I called it a grand adventure title because everything is an adventure when you're this little. So I did Kiwi Lane images here, the wavy borders, and one along the top as well. And this is all dinosaur theme here. The background was a volcano, and it was in a dinosaur pad. So I just thought I'd have fun with it and make it into a dinosaur theme. Because it's kids. So I did. I just had fun with that. And I think it's cute. Had all this dinosaur paper. So kids love these little images. And they love looking at pictures of themselves too. So that was a very simple page. I just matted everything in pink and orange because that's what they were wearing. Now we're into fall. Well, I guess it's still fall. Okay, so they're apple picking in the orchard. This would have been perhaps a school trip or just on a Saturday with Mom. So they're just picking apples and eating them. So I picked Apple of My Eye as a title. And this paper has apples and birds on it. So I thought it'd be nice to use it. And then this pad has some lovely corners with coordinating images. And here's the corner again. And there's another image from that pad. So I just, the paper itself was beautiful. So I just placed my photo and added a few quite a simple page. And this, I just matted it with a big mat, and then I used a leaf punch. All right, here's another font that is for teachers from the school cartridges. And this one is a fall one. And so there's a Pumpkins, pumpkins. So I spelled my pumpkins as a title on this page. I think it's kind of hard to read, but anyway, it was fun to do. So I just cut this pretty paper. It had huge leaves on it, so I cut it like this around the leaves so that it would divide. Then I spread them to the outside, and this I cut out of the middle and just placed the leaf around, and that left me room for a title here. So these photos were just placed around. Very simple. These were fun to do. It's a cute cartridge. I think it's called Speaking of Fall. That's what it is. Okay. And now this is a hayride. So the family's gone for a fall hayride. So they're all on a green tractor. Kids are sitting there driving it. So I found an image of a cartoony green tractor and a hayride, because that's what they're on, with a stack of hay, the title, and then a picket fence with a rooster. So I just did borders here, and these were just cut out with Creative Memories wavy border punches, or borders, trimmer, wavy trimmer. So this is a very simple page. The photos are just matted and some borders around with my Cricut images. Now this page is another fall. They went to a farm, and there was big bales of hay. So they the colors were very subtle with blue, so that gave me a color scheme. And now she's riding a pony here, so I did a big horse, and I lined up the horse with the horse she's sitting on and tucked the photo behind so it would look more almost like she's on the horse. So oh, I believe this goes this way, and yeah, it does. So there were pumpkins sitting here and there, so I just did, this is a sticker type thing from my stash. So I just put that here because there were a few around there. I cut a border with paper, and then I matted it on the black, and then I did a wider border with the leaf punch in blue on top of craft paper, and then shadowed it again with black, and repeated this paper in a big large block behind. I embossed this whole horse, and then I put a title on top of him because it was a big empty space. So I put the title right on top of him and created a little border here with this paper to fill in that space over there. Simple page. So I hope you're getting some ideas from me. Keep watching if you are, and happy scrapping.